Gather here today, we recall a strip of barren ground where our ancestor Jacob slept one night with a rock. Alone without possessions, facing an unknown future, he dreamed of a ladder which linked heaven and earth. And the Lord our God promised him, "Behold, I am with you, and I will protect you wherever you go." This dream and this promise added a new dimension to Jacob's life. Awakening, he said, "Surely the Lord is in this place. This is none other than the house of God." We call it Beit Elohim, which we render as Beit El or Beth El. In the spirit of David's dream of a link between heaven and earth on another strip of ground and in another land, we rededicate our sanctuary, the house of God, for this community. Through our lives as individuals and as a community, may we make this place and this site sacred soil. Let us affirm our sanctuary will be a house of prayer. Here we shall come to examine what we are in the light of what we should be, aware that it is God before whom we stand. Here we shall offer the service of our heart and praise of God for God's blessings. Here we shall renew our faith, seeking comfort and strength. Here we shall share joy and sorrow. May none of us live in isolation, for we covenant with God as a community. Here we shall maintain that covenant together. If we dedicate ourselves, this is no futile dream. We shall find a way to realize our highest goals. Together through our lives, may we make our sanctuary a true sanctuary, so that all who pass this way may say, "Surely the Lord is in this place. This is a house of God." Welcome everyone to our rededication of the Bender Family Sanctuary. The sanctuary is not exactly 100% completed. I'm just looking at my reading desk here. It says, "Do not lean on this lectern." The top is not yet attached to the base. And the microphones aren't what they're going to be, and the program isn't exactly what it's going to be. And you'll see that we're using different reading stands. One of the best parts of this is that whole peninsula. I'm sure we'll think of a Hebrew word for it. So we'll use that in here because we're going to be using both as we go. So first we'll call upon our president, David Mills, for his remarks.
Good morning, everyone. What can you say except, wow, right? I want to welcome everybody today. It was exactly 1 year ago today, the 14th of September, 2013, when I appointed this blue ribbon panel to put together this project and reestablish, refurbish, renovate this sanctuary. We went out on a limb, and I can tell you that we were going to be standing here even if we were all wearing hard hats and walking over half-filled seats. But I'm happy to say that we are, while there may be some little details that still need to be ironed out, this is largely complete. And it is a terrific, terrific outcome. It is amazing how much you can accomplish in 1 year. If you put your minds to it, you have the right people leading that effort. And I am here to tell you that we had the right people leading that effort. This all doesn't just happen, just so that you know, those of you who haven't done a home renovation or a construction project, you should know that you have to form a committee, you have to agree on project goals and budgets, you have to gather input from many, many people, all of whom have individual opinions. You have to sort out the costs, you have to design the seating, the bima, the fabrics, the colors, the carpeting, you have to hire an architect, construction companies, sound system experts, form, revise, and finalize plans and make selections, navigate the various and many excellent opinions from the congregation, and continually update me and the board on all of this work. It had to be completed over the summer when we weren't using this space, and it had to be completed by the high holidays of this year. And we had to raise the money to do all of this. All of this in 12 months. So the key to this project was appointing the right people to do it. And it's not as though nothing else was going on around here over the past year. We were all pretty distracted with some other things as well. So I want to thank a few people before we move on to the rest of the program. First, I'd like to thank Rabbi Rudolph. He has been the primary champion of this project for many years. And this is not a man who is a fan of flash over function, but he is one who has valued bringing the community together in a warm and inspirational place like this. I also want to thank Rabbi Harris, who also has provided great insight and inspiration for this space. And although Hassan Klein could not be here this weekend, I can tell you that no one is more excited about having this particular space than Hassan. Of course, we have to thank Sheila Belak, without whom none of this would And someone who you might not have thought of, I'd like to thank especially, which is Vice President of Finance and Development, Mark Bronfman, who was our quiet and effective fundraiser, who behind the scenes has put in a tremendous effort to help raise the funds for this. And our Director of Development, Andrea Glazer, who's standing in the back. Andrea has helped so many people find the opportunity to make a meaningful contribution to Bethel, and particularly for the use of this space. And I'm here to tell you that she is available even today to help you find that inspiration. And last but not least, and perhaps most, I'd like to thank Jerry Sorkin, my Executive Vice President, who was the chair of this Blue Ribbon Committee. Jerry, if you don't already know him, you should get to know him. He brought wisdom, leadership, inspiration, insight, and his own practical intelligence to actually execute on this ambitious project and bring it in on time. And as a final note, I want to say that we have already raised more than half of the funds for this project. And I want to thank all of you who made those contributions, and others will be here to step forward and talk a little bit more specifically about that. And because I personally am so inspired by this space, I am saying today, and I'm here, and partly in honor of my daughter, Nicole Mills, who's sitting right here. She's turning 18 in 4 days. So we are going to use that magical 18 number, and we are going to, as a family, dedicate one seat in this sanctuary for our family. And I encourage all of you to do so. Finally, I want to thank Lori Edberg, who is sitting over here, for arranging to have Senator Barbara Mikulski present us with this certificate, which is presented to the Congregation Bethel of Montgomery County on the occasion of the rededication of the Bender Sanctuary. Congratulations, Barbara Mikulski, United States Senator. Now for some more details on the project, I'd like to turn it over to Jerry Sorkin.
First and most importantly, happy almost birthday. You can take that chair home. Thank you, David. Good morning, everyone. It is an honor to be with you here today. I want to speak briefly about how this beautiful sanctuary renovation came about. It happens the way so many things, really anything good, happens at Bethel. There's an idea, there are congregants who volunteer, and then, at the end of the day, Sheila Belak gets it all done. So first, the idea from Rabbi Rudolph. It was on September 9th, 2013, that Rabbi Rudolph sent an email to Sheila, to David, to me, and to Rabbi Harris. It's entitled Facelift. Let me read it to you. The sanctuary is in so need of renovation, it's almost embarrassing. The beam wood is terrible. The seats are very uncomfortable unless you are a small child. And compared to the rest of the building, it's almost a joke. Now, I know we can't do much now, but I think we should dip into the building fund and do the following. Take out the fixed seats and replace them with chapel-like, non-fixed seats. Redo the carpet in a lighter color. Put in a decent hearing aid system under the new carpet. Shouldn't cost more than $150,000. We could even put a Torah reading table in the middle if we have some spare change. I think this is worthy of serious consideration, or I wouldn't be bothering you about it on the high holidays. Your thoughts? Bill? I think you will agree that Rabbi Rudolph has some vision. However, he's not so good at estimating renovation. A few days after we received this email, David called me. I was recovering from oral surgery at the time. I was on Vicodin and a couple of other painkillers. And David chose that moment to ask me to share the sanctuary renovation. Before I knew that the conversation was over, I had agreed. And I happily ended up sharing this with you. Despite David's very kind words, I've learned through time that I have very few marketable skills. One of the few things that I can do is to put together a committee of great people and to help them to reach great outcomes. And at Bethel, we are so fortunate to have talented members who want to be active in our congregation, to participate, to give back, whether that is in the area of programming or in the area of improving our physical plan. So we had no shortage of volunteers who wanted to get involved in renovating the sanctuary. And I was privileged to work with that group over the last year, many of whom are here this morning, and I would like to ask each of them to stand so that we can thank this group. June Fowle, Amanda Ford, Ariel Grill, Tom Health, Joe Hoffman, Eduardo Culp, Mark Pollock, Don Silverstein, and Mitchell Solkins, who's already standing here. This is a magnificent group, truly very multi-talented. It's Bethel, so of course the committee was laden with lawyers. We had free legal advice. But we also had committee members with expertise in design, in real estate, in project management, and in fundraising. Each one made a unique and significant contribution to this project, and they worked together beautifully as a team. One of the great benefits of being involved at Bethel and getting involved on a project is that you get to meet people in this community who you would not have met otherwise. And that was truly my benefit working with this group as part of this committee. One of the first and perhaps the most important decisions that we made as a committee was to hire an architect for the project. And we selected WMCRT Architects, an award-winning local firm that had done outstanding design work in other religious spaces. Over the last several months, we've worked very closely with Mike Ness and Art Robinson, and Art is here today, and I'd like to ask him to stand so we can thank him as well. Outstanding work, outstanding dedication to the project. Art was here until almost candlelight on Friday night, and great partnership throughout the project. Now this was limited in scope. We have not changed any of the four walls, and despite the comment that I heard most frequently as we came in, we didn't change the lighting. We've changed a lot else. We've accomplished a lot over the last several months. So let me just give you some of the highlights. New seating. So no more torn pants legs or pantyhose as you try and flip up the seat behind you as you get up. A mix of permanent seating and movable seating so that we can change the room and configuration as needed. New carpeting, new wall treatments, new paint, the new stone finish behind us. We have upgraded the sound system and added a new hearing loop so that it is state-of-the-art. Improved accessibility so that everyone will be able to have an Aliyah at the Torah. One stipulation when we started, one thing that would not change when we redid this room was the tapestries behind it. We could not improve on the beauty of Tamar Fishman's work. But we could make sure that they were lit properly. And that's what we've done. And that's why they look so gorgeous. Perhaps most obviously, we expanded the bima and we brought it closer to the congregation so that the service could be closer to everyone. We brought this new reader's table out. And so for the 4th and 5th graders from the religious school who are here with us this morning, this is likely where you will read Torah for your bar and bat mitzvahs across the next few years. Now, when I started, I said that there were 3 keys to getting anything done at Bethel. An idea, involved congregants who volunteered, and Sheila Bella. I want to close by thanking Sheila. This beautiful sanctuary would not be possible without her. She was with us throughout the entire design process, and most importantly, she was here every day through the demolition and then the renovation process. She's helped to ensure that we have passed county inspections. She's given countless tours of the space. She's stayed on top of every detail. She's supported and answered every congregate question that's come to her, and she's put up with me. So Sheila, thank you very much. I look forward to sharing many moments with you in this wonderful new space. Thank you again. One of the things that's not quite finished is the sound system. I'm going to move this mic, and we're going to invite Barack Newell up for the next part.
So many people have contributed to making it possible, both financially on so many levels, and also with the work of the committee that you just heard about from Jerry. With all that support for me when I'm here, I think of one particular family. It's no surprise that our two largest and most used spaces in Bethel both bear the Bender family name. This family, beginning with Howard and Sandra Bender, and now their children and grandchildren and their great-grandchildren, all represented today by Howard and Sandra's favorite son, David, and favorite daughter-in-law, Nan, and I'll please stand for our recognition. This family has done so much for Bethel, always in a very generous and very quiet way. The same can be said about their contributions throughout the community and beyond. Real estate and major construction are what put the family name on the map. Dotting the landscape of our city, the Holocaust Museum, the FBI building, Walgreens Hospital, I think it's still standing, HHS headquarters, many private office buildings in downtown DC, and then there's Cape Kennedy, but that took Howard away from Sandra too much. We think today especially of Sandra Bender, the matriarch of the family. While Howard put up the bricks, Sandra was the mortar. She was the glue that held the large Bender clan together. And she was such a great role model for Tikkun Olam and for doing it in a modest way.
told to give final instructions. Normally, I'm prepared to give a sermon at this point in the service. There'll be a reception following this as a way to extend our celebration. It wouldn't be a Jewish celebration without a little food and time to be together. I want to offer first we'll have Marat Hayom, and then I will offer a closing prayer.
Shalom Im Adonai lo yivnei shav amlu gonavto. As the psalmist wrote, unless the Lord builds the house, those who build it build in vain. Our God and God of our ancestors, may this place become a true sanctuary, known to all as the house of God, as a Beit El. Grant health of body and vigor of spirit to all who enter, and may this sanctuary harbor and inspire reverence, dignity, comfort, peace, sanctity, and joy. Let this be a place for all, a place of inclusivity, and let us say, Amen. I ask Rebecca Gross, our Vice President for Ritual, to light the Ner Tamid once again. And for us all to rise as we recite the Shehecheyanu, thanking God for bringing us to this very sacred day.